Okay, let's start seated. And last time we saw each other, we started adding in the word Om as a short chant before class. So we'll chant the word Om 3 times as a replacement for our usual 3 breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So find a comfortable position. You can always sit up on something. And as you get comfortable, this might be a reminder, or maybe you don't know this, but the word Om consists of 4 sounds: A, U, M, and then silence. And there's lots of different sort of interpretations of the letters, but the letter A is the first letter of the Sanskrit alphabet, and the M is the last letter. And so by chanting the word Om, in that way, Aum, one of the ways to think about it is you're saying everything that could be said. You're encapsulating all of language between the letters A and M, and then the silence is all that cannot be said. So if it helps to have a little bit of information on like what is Om and why is Om important, it's sort of like, if you're going to chant anything, it might as well be everything and nothing. So we'll try to chant 3 times. You're welcome to join me or just listen as always. I'm not sure if the sound really works when I chant, so if you can't hear me, you could just say Om 3 times in a way that feels right for you. But as you're chanting, notice the resonance inside the chest, the throat, the nose even, and try to just listen rather than getting distracted by other things. Now, you will get distracted, but keep coming back to the sound, keep coming back to the sensation. So wherever you are, sit tall. You can even sit with your back up against a wall. Lengthen the spine. Press down through the sitting bones. Maybe close the eyes or just look straight forwards and keep your eyes steady on something that's not moving. Slow down the breath. And we'll take 3 Oms together. So when you're ready, inhale and we'll Om. Lift your chest, lift your spine. Take one more slow breath in. Slow breath out. And then blink the eyes open a few times. We're actually going to start standing. If you have a wall, we're going to use the wall. And if you don't have the wall, that's okay. You can use blocks or you can use the floor. So if you have blocks, you're going to have them at their highest height and you're going to be in a halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. With the feet on the floor, the hands on the blocks, you can press your hands down into the blocks. Better if you have a wall, you can keep your hands just about at shoulder height, maybe a little bit lower, and then find that same position. You're going to walk the feet back so that the heels are under the hips, and then you're going to press the hips back, press the hands into the wall. Now, if the hands are on the wall, don't overarch in the spine. Easy to kind of dump into the shoulders here. So can you keep the spine long and send the spine straight back from the crown of the head to the hips. Same thing if your hands are on the blocks or if your hands are on the floor. You can bend your knees if it's a little bit too much in the hamstrings. Can you find that long spine? Find a comfortable position for the neck and press the feet down. Press the heels down, lengthen the toes forwards. And then imagine you could bring the ankles a little closer together and see what happens in your feet as you do that. Some of us tend to roll to the outer feet. Some of us roll to the inner feet. So see if does that force you to come to the inner foot, or does that help you lift the outer heel? Now, other way, move the ankles away from each other, almost like you're trying to roll onto the outer edges of the feet. You could even, if this is easy for you, you could lift the inner arches of the foot totally off the floor. Keep the knees straight if you can. Lift the kneecaps. Now, find that place right in between where your ankles, they're not rolling in, they're not rolling out, they're stacked right on top of the heels. The toes are lengthening forwards, and it might not be the most comfortable place, because again, sometimes our feet are doing something to compensate for the way that the bones are. So here, see if you can keep the ankles right over the heels. Lengthen through the spine. Take a slow breath in. Slow breath out. Take a step forward, bend the knees so that you can come all the way up to stand. And then move your blocks or any other props you're using out of the way. Come back to the top of the mat. And we're going to do some slow twists side to side. Let your arms swing. Let your head move. Let the whole upper body be a little loose, especially in the arms and the head. And then we're going to catch the arm behind. So I'm going to turn so you can see what I'm talking about. My right arm is going to go back. I'm going to keep it there, swing my left arm back, and hold onto the right upper arm. So I'm holding right above the elbow. I'm going to reach the right arm down towards the floor, turn the palm forwards. And with your feet under your hips, make sure they're about hip width distance. Start to turn the hips towards the right. Turn the chest towards the right. Keep the toes centered. Your ankles might want to cave out, so keep the ankles above the heels. Reach down through the right arm. Lift the chest, turn the shoulders a little bit more. Inhale, lift the chin just a bit. And exhale, come back to center. Start to swing again. And this time the left arm is going to stay back as you swing, and then swing the right arm into the, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. The right arm will be holding the left arm. Turn the palm forward. I'm holding right over the elbow. Reach down through the fingers. Press down through the feet. And then start to turn the hips and the shoulders towards the left. And again, don't sickle the ankles. Let the ankles be firm. Keep the feet pressing down. It's that inner line of the foot that you really want to feel on the floor. So from the back of the center heel to the middle toe, can you keep that the center line of gravity in the foot? Reach down through the left arm. Lift the chest slightly, lift the chin slightly. Turn a little bit more, last breath. And then come back to center, release the arms. And inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale to bring them back down. We're going to do a little bit less effortful here. You can use some momentum. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. This time, inhale, lift, and hold here. Can you reach the arms as far back as you can? You can even move the arms sort of in like a pumping motion. back and back and back and back. And then hold them as far back as you can. Lift the little fingers up, lift the thumbs up towards the ceiling, look up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Reach for the feet. You can bend the knees here if you need to. Now let the head and neck be heavy. Keep the feet pointed straight forwards. Maybe hold opposite elbows and hang. Otherwise, have your hands onto something so you have some more support. And if the knees are bent, that's fine. If not, if you can straighten the knees, really lift the kneecaps. Let the quads do some work so the hamstrings can release. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. One more breath here. And now downward facing dog. Maybe you jump the feet back a little bit, bringing some more dynamic movement. Press into the hands, reach the hips up and back. Let the head and neck be heavy. Keep the ears in line with the upper arms. Stretch the heels closer to the floor. Take a slow breath. And then come to the knees, tabletop. Inhale, arch through the spine, tuck the toes. Exhale, round through the spine, point the toes, press the feet down. Inhale, tuck the toes round. Exhale, reverse. Take a few more rounds. If the feet are confusing for you, then don't worry about them. Just worry about the spine. Inhale, arch, tuck the toes. Exhale, round, point the toes. Last round here. Downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, press the hips up and back. Pressing into the hands a little bit more, trying to bring more weight into the feet. Last breath in. Breath out. Then walk the feet forwards, walk the hands back, forward fold. See if this fold feels any different from your first one. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Rise up, reach up, look up, use the arms to help you lift up. Exhale, lower just the arms, Tadasana. Let's do a few sun salutations. I'll go a little bit more quickly today, so take your time if you need to. Press the feet down, reach the arms down, lift the chest, Tadasana. And again, in the ankles, can you bring the ankles right over the heels so you feel the center line of the foot pressing down and keep that stability in the feet. Exhale completely. Then inhale, sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plank. Look forwards, stay looking forwards. As you exhale, lower down onto your belly. Your knees can come down first. Take a back bend as you inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. You can also be on elbows and knees if your wrists need a break. You can always pad the knees if you need to. Two more slow breaths wherever you are. Let your exhale be deep and complete. You'll use your inhale to bring both feet forward to the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, lower just the hands, Tadasana. One more time like that. Inhale, reach up, look up, lift up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plank. Maybe you jump the feet back, landing with bent elbows always. Look forwards, and as you exhale, lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale, take a back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose or anything in between. Notice that inner dialogue that comes up, especially when I'm quiet. Either from down dog or tabletop, take your time to get there. You'll use an inhale and lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. Now we're gonna stay here. So if you're on the knees, reach the heels straight back behind you. Don't let the left hip lift up. Sorry, right hip lift up. Keep the right hip down, left hip up. And reach, straighten that right leg. Reach the heel up, 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 up. And then bring the foot back down. Other side. Inhale, left leg. Keep the left hip low, don't let it open. Reach up through the heel, straighten the leg. Press into the hands. Lift the leg one more inch. Inhale. Exhale, bring the foot back down. Uttanasana, forward fold. Feet come forwards, hands come back. You could hold the elbows if you like. Let the arms rest a bit, especially if you've been on your hands for a while. Hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, lower the arms, Tadasana. One more thing, standing here. Reach the arms out to the side, palms forwards, thumbs up. Exhale, thumbs down, bring the hands behind the back, and see if you can bring the knuckles together, the fists together. That way the thumbs can touch. If you can do this, can you lift the hands straight up the back? And if that's still easy, you're gonna turn the thumbs out and try to bring the palms together like a reverse prayer behind the back. Again, you're trying to move the hands up the spine. What typically happens here is we roll the shoulders forwards and we do what we do all day. So can you move the shoulder bones back? And if you've got this prayer hands in the back, can you press the thumb side of the hand together? Now we're gonna stay here for a bit. Move the elbows back and down towards the floor. Breathe into that place where your hands touch the back. Keep the feet steady, sturdy, even. As you inhale, lift the chin slightly, just until you feel some resistance. Exhale, bring the chin down and lift the chest towards the chin. Inhale, lift the chin up. Exhale, chin down, lift the chest. Last time. Exhale, chin comes down. Now chin to the center. Keep the shoulders wide, just like this. And with a lot of control, slowly reach the arms down towards the floor. Keep the chest lifted, collarbones lengthening. So hopefully you're feeling a lot of lift here in the chest because the arms were just all cooped up. And now they're free. The collarbones are free to lift up. Inhale here. Exhale here. Thumbs to the sternum. As you exhale, chair pose, sink the hips low. Now for this chair, we're gonna do it a little differently. Sink as low as you can, try to bring the belly onto the thighs. If you're not quite there, don't worry about it, we're gonna get there later. Now, if you can, hug the legs behind the thighs. If you can't, you can use the hands rather than trying to clasp the arms, no big deal. And now imagine you could lift the thighs up into the belly, lift the thighs up. So rather than thinking about bending here, can you lift the thighs towards the belly? Really press them into the belly if they're already there. You can use the hands a little bit, but the thighs are doing the work. Inhale. As you exhale, forward fold. Lift the hips up and let the head come down. Now notice we're in our third forward fold that we're holding here, maybe fourth, I wasn't actually counting. So can you let the head and neck be heavy? Can the belly get a little closer to the thighs this time? Slow breath. Back to chair pose. Inhale, this time regular chair. Lift the chest up. Try to bring the belly away from the thighs. Sink the hips low and move the heels back. Slow breath in, lift the chest. Again, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Right foot back. We're gonna be in a lunge, left foot forwards. You can bring the back knee down if you like. You can always pad the back knee or double up your mat for some extra cushion. And here, squeeze the hips together. Feel the right hip come forwards, left hip come back. Your hands could be on blocks to make your arms a little bit longer if you like. Inhale, bend that left knee. Exhale, straighten and pull the hips back. You can walk the hands back as you do. Inhale, moving forwards, bend the knee. Exhale, shift back. Now there's different ways you could do this. For today, I'll encourage you to keep squeezing the hips together the whole time so that you're really feeling like the hips aren't twisting to get you here. You're using the strength of the legs to encourage the hips to stay as neutral as possible. Last time. The next time you bend the left knee, stay here. We're going to switch sides. So maybe tuck the back toes, lift the back knee if you haven't already, and slowly switch. You can bring the left foot back, right foot forwards, or vice versa. If you brought the back knee down on the last side, bring the back knee down on this side. Sides are going to be different. Squeeze the hips together. Lift that right thigh, move back, left thigh, move forwards. Try to keep the legs squeezing together. As you inhale, bend a little more into the right knee. And exhale, straighten, walk the hands back. Okay, take a few rounds. Hopefully your hips and quads are feeling something. Maybe the hamstrings. When we work on forward folds, usually we're doing a lot of like trying to over lengthen and overstretch the backs of the legs. So here, we're gonna work on the importance of the fronts of the legs as we do these folds. The next time you bend, hold here. We're gonna meet in downward facing dog. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Hands come down to the floor, step back, down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now here, just like when we were in our forward fold coming from chair pose, can you bring the thighs to the belly? You can bend the knees to help you. Thighs come to the belly, belly comes to the thighs. Can you keep them there as much as possible as you start to straighten the legs and move the thighs back? Now the thighs are going to come away from the belly because that's just the way that the body's positioned, but can you try to keep the belly as close to the thighs as possible? Move the heels down towards the floor. Lift the hips up. Move the hips back. Press into the hands. Relax the head and neck. Keep the face in Shavasana. One breath in. One breath out.
Inhale, lift the right leg up. And exhale, step it forwards. You can use the hands to help. Warrior two. So set your feet up. The right foot, toes face the short edge of the mat. You'll bring your left foot down on an angle. Bend into the right knee and make sure the knee is not going to the inside of the foot. It's not going to the outside of the foot. It's right on top of the ankle. Then reach the left arm forward, sweep the left arm up until you're in Warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Bend and straighten into that right knee a few times, watching it. Make sure it's going over the ankle again. And then hold. Press the outer arches of the feet down. And imagine you could send the outer right hip down to the floor. Now here we spend so much time and attention on this right leg, but it's the left leg that's doing a lot of the work. The right leg should be releasing down towards the back of the knee. The left leg is doing the work to stay strong and stable. Reach the arms, look over the right fingertips. Lift the chin slightly. Keep the legs strong, flip the right palm up towards the ceiling, and inhale, reverse. We're holding for 2 breaths. Bend the right knee, reach the right arm, press the left foot. Inhale, back to Warrior two. Exhale, hands frame the front foot and step back to plank. If you want to go through a little vinyasa on your way to downward facing dog, you can. Otherwise, just lift the hips back to down dog. Slow breath in. Slow breath out, moving the belly towards the thighs. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step it forwards. We're taking the other side. Set your feet. Once your feet feel relatively steady, reach the right arm forwards and let it sweep you up into Warrior two. Okay, bend and straighten into the left knee a few times. Notice that right leg wants to follow, wants to do some work. Keep it strong. Make sure the position of the feet is right. The left toes face the short edge of the mat. The right toes are turned in slightly. And then the next time you bend, hold here. With the knees stacked right on top of the ankle, can you send the outer left hip down towards the floor? Outer left hip down. Don't bend the right knee. As much as you can, relax the back of the left thigh towards the knee. And then work on that back leg. Lift the kneecap. Press the outer arch of the foot to the floor. Reach the arms when you're ready and look towards the left fingers. Use the arms. Don't let the arms be limp and heavy and passive. Let them reach, lifting the triceps into the biceps, reaching the fingers wide. Let the legs be strong. Flip the left palm. Inhale, reverse. 2 breaths. Bend the left knee. Reach the left fingertips. Breathe into those side ribs. Then inhale back to Warrior two. And exhale, downward facing dog. You can, again, go through a little push up and a back bend if you want to. Otherwise, just meet me in down dog. And then we're going to come on to our seat. So if you like, come to hands and knees. Otherwise, you can jump through, eventually make your way onto your seat. Stretch the legs forwards. Dandasana, staff pose. So it can be nice to lift the hips up on something, especially if when you're sitting here, your knees need to bend, your back needs to roll forwards to help keep you upright. This is a sign that sitting up on a block will be helpful, sitting up on a pillow, sitting up on anything. Once you can get the legs straight, move the flesh of the thighs back and off to the side. I'm really actually almost like trying to hold the sitting bone and actually move it back.
so that the sitting bone is pressing firmly onto the floor. Your hands can be behind you for some support, but as you press into the hands, move the spine, the back of the spine, forwards through the chest. And then fire up the legs, press the legs down into the floor. Try to get the backs of the knees down, the backs of the ankles down. Sometimes hard. Try not to let the heels lift up if you're quite bendy. Lift the toes up towards the ceiling and take a slow breath here. Now we're gonna bend the knee, right knee, Janu Sirsasana. As you bend the knee, I like to hold the back of the knee and almost try to make the back of the knee smile is the only way I know how to explain it. You're spreading the back of the knee out towards the side as you bend it so that there's lots of space in the back of the knee. Then you can pull the leg close and open the knee out towards the side. Bring the foot onto the inner left leg. And then bring the left hand behind you. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Press the left leg down. As you exhale, you're going to try to bring the right hand outside the left leg to the floor. Outside the left leg to the floor. So you're twisting. So now maybe the hand is down outside the knee or the thigh. Maybe you can lower down and try to bring the elbow closer to the floor. We're in a pretty big twist here. If you're on your period or pregnant watching this later, or just not feeling super well today, you can take the opposite twist. You can bring the left arm inside the leg and twist open towards the side. Still a twist, but a little bit more room for the abdomen to breathe and release. So wherever you are in your twist, press the legs down, turn the chest. Now for our full Janu Sirsasana. Inhale. Exhale, reach for the left foot. Both hands now. And again, can you press the left thigh down to the floor? Can you hold onto the leg wherever you can reach and use the arms to pull the chest forward? Let the belly be soft. Right knee presses away, left leg presses down. Try to keep the head in line with the spine for today so that you're finding a long length from the pubic bone all the way to the chin. Keep that lift of the collarbones. Let the legs and arms do the work. One more breath. Let this be your best version of the pose. And then slowly lift the shoulders back up. Help the knee in. And before we go to the other side, let's actually do two more poses here. This one's Marichyasana A. So again, with the knee up towards the ceiling, now you're gonna again bring your left hand behind you for some support. This time, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. And again, can you bring the right arm outside the left leg? Twisting, twisting, twisting. Now you should be able to bring the right knee close to the right shoulder. You're twisting, 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 squeezing the right knee towards the right shoulder. Now reach the right arm forwards towards the leg. You can even use the hand to pull yourself down towards the leg. And then right hand, thumbs up, thumbs down. Can you swing the elbow forwards and bring the right hand back so that you're trying to hold that right knee in place? Maybe you reach the left arm forwards. It's okay if the right hip lifts a little bit. Maybe you reach the left arm behind the back and try to clasp. Maybe you're holding some fabric instead. I have long arms, so that's why I can do this pose. So this takes a while. Thank you, Mom, for my long arms. Press the right foot down. Don't let it sickle out. Press the left leg down. And this is one of those poses that can be very frustrating. So keep your breath slow and steady. Let it be what it is. One more breath, Marichyasana A. And then slowly unwind the arms and lift yourself up. Okay, Marichyasana C or Marichyasana 0. So again, if you're feeling a little under the weather, if you're on your period, if you're pregnant, right arm inside the leg, twist open towards the left. If that doesn't apply to you, we'll twist closed. You can hold on to the knee with the left hand, bring the right hand behind you and twist closed towards the knee. Again, if you're feeling unwell, if you're on your period, if you're pregnant, you don't want to smush the abdomen as much. So that's why we're doing open twists rather than closed twists. Very simple way to maintain a little bit more space. Keep walking that right hand back behind you. Eventually, this right hand is going to do the same thing that the left hand was doing in the last pose. Eventually, it's going to try to reach behind you completely. So keep reaching it back on the floor, walking it back behind you. Now, this pose is where we always forget about the legs. So the right leg should be fine. Press the right foot down. Can you press the left leg down into the floor and lift the toes up towards the ceiling? Widen the collarbones, lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale here. Then look forwards and unwind the shoulders. Okay, next side. Straighten the right leg. And now this right leg has been bent for a while. So if you want to lean back into the hands and sort of tap out the knees a few times to get the legs to feel a little bit more even, you can. Maybe windshield wiper the feet. And then again, feel free to move the flesh of the thigh back so that that right thigh is firmly planted on the floor. Hold the back of the left knee, smile the back of the left knee off to the side, spreading the back of the knee, pulling the leg in close, and then open the left knee out towards the left. Bring the foot to the inner right thigh. And then right hand behind you. Inhale, lift the left arm. Exhale, twist. Bring the left arm outside the right leg. And press into the arm to help you twist. Now, don't forget about the right leg. Press the right leg down. If you can get the hand down to the floor, maybe you can lean forward and try to get the elbow closer to the floor outside the leg. If this is hard, just think last week in class, I had to do this with a block outside my thigh, so I had to bring it even further out off of the block. So, yeah. Okay, legs strong. Slow breath. Janu Shirsasana. As you exhale, fold over the long leg. Reach both arms forwards. Press the legs down. Press the knee away. Keep the head and neck in line with the spine, whatever that means for you today. Lift the collarbones. Use the arms and legs. It's okay to do these forward folds if you're feeling unwell, if you're on your period, if you're pregnant. It can be nice if those things are true. And sorry, I should have said this on the last slide. It can be nice to bring something under the head so that the head can be supported. I like to stack some blocks and rest the forehead on the blocks so that it can be a little bit more restful in the cervical spine and the neck. We're still using the arms and legs. This is your last breath. Make it good. And then slowly lift yourself up. Gently lift the knee back up to center towards the ceiling. Plant the foot, right hand down behind you. Marichyasana A, we can all do this. So inhale, left arm up. Exhale, twist towards the right. Bring the left arm outside the left leg. It's okay to do this if those conditions apply to you. Just don't bring your elbow down. Now, bring the left knee towards the left shoulder. Squeeze it there. Try to bring the left shoulder further down. Walk the hand down the leg. Now, thumbs up, thumbs down. Try to bring the arm around the back, around the front of the shin. If it doesn't work, don't worry about it. Just hold on to some fabric. Maybe you bring the right arm behind the back. Maybe you're holding onto some fabric with both hands. Try to turn the shoulders to face the long leg. Again, try to keep the head and neck in line. Press the right thigh to the floor. Lengthen the toes up towards the ceiling. Press the inner left foot down. Don't let it sickle out to the side. Last breath. Again, notice that frustration. Breathe through it. And slowly unwind the arms. Marichyasana C. Option 1, left arm inside, open twist. Option 2, closed twist. Hold on to the knee with the right hand. Bring the left arm behind you and twist. Right toes up towards the ceiling, right leg strong. Slow down your breath. Notice that internal dialogue. Last breath. Slowly unwind. Send both legs long. Lean back into the hands. Tap out the knees. Windshield wiper the feet. And then bend the knees, plant the feet on the floor again. You can lean back into the hands. We're not going to lift up onto the hands. Bring the feet wide, about mat's width. Flex the feet so the toes lift up off the floor. And then windshield wiper the knees side to side. So that you can lift the hips as you do this. So as my knees go to the left, my right hip has to lift a little bit. That's okay. Go nice and slow. And then come back to center. Press yourself to a seat. And we're going to take Gomukhasana. So first, before Gomukhasana, we'll do fire log. Raja Kapotasana. So you're going to bring, option 1 is you're going to be in Swastikasana. So you're going to cross the legs with the heels under the knees. This is already a lot. If this is where you're staying, this is great. Your shins are crossed in the middle. And if you lift the hips up especially, you can help get the knees down closer to the floor. This is option 1. Option 2 is you'll take, for me, it's the right shin. For you, it might be the left shin. You can take the foot on top of the knee so that your knee is stacked over the ankle and your ankle is stacked on the knee for a fire log shape. So this is like if you're making a fire, some people like to do this Lincoln Logs type of thing. Now, the common thing is for the legs to be sort of like this. So really try to get the ankle on top of the knee and the knee on top of the ankle so that the feet aren't sickling. Okay, we're going to stay here for a bit. If the right knee is lifted up a lot and you're working on this pose, you can bring the block under the knee and support it, but keep pressing the knee into the block. Keep pressing. Move the spine forwards through the chest. Now we're going to make it different. For some people it might be harder, for some people it might be easier. Instead of stacking the shins, we're going to stack the knees. So walk the bottom foot towards the side and walk the top foot towards the other side until you can stack the knees closer together. Now, if it helps, you can move the ankles a little closer to the hips. That's going to change the stretch. And if the knees aren't stacked, don't worry about it. They're moving in that direction, and that's what we care about. You can always, again, use a block or a pillow or something between the knees to help support. Don't let the ankles sickle. Keep the ankles engaged. Lift the inner ankle up towards the ceiling. This is Gomukhasana, legs.
If you like, we can add the arms. Whichever leg is on top, that arm is going to be on top. Lift that arm up towards the ceiling, and then bend the elbow back, try to reach the back of the head. The other arm out to the side, thumbs up, thumbs down, behind the back, and then straight up. See if you can clasp the hands. Maybe you hold on to some fabric. Breathe here. Last breath, make it good. And then gently release the hands, come back to center. We're gonna switch sides. There is a fun way you could switch sides. If this gets confusing, don't worry about it. My right knee is on top, so I'm gonna move to the left. If your left knee is on top, you're gonna move to the right. So you're gonna bring your hands down, lift the hips up, and walk yourself in a circle, keeping your feet on the floor until you've twisted yourself around, and now the other knee is on top. If that didn't make sense, don't worry about it. Just sit down and bring the other leg on top. First, fire log. So option 1, cross the legs. Bringing the heels under the knees on both sides. You move the flesh of the thighs off to the side. Work here. This is the pose that we really care about, this pose, because this is the pose that we sit in for meditation. So if you spend all day working on just this pose, that is totally fine. You can also try to stack the ankles. And again, really try to stack the shins so that here the ankles are on top of the knees. If there's a lot of space underneath that top knee, between the knee and the thigh, then you can bring a block, you can bring a pillow, something underneath to give it some sensation of pressing. Don't let the ankle sickle. Lift the inner ankle, that bony part of the ankle inside the leg. And you lift that up towards the ceiling. It's on the big toe side of the foot, that inner ankle. We'll stay here for a moment. You can press the hands down if you like, lifting the chest. Fire log Rajakapotasana. Now Gomukhasana, walk that bottom foot towards the side, walk the top foot towards the side, try to stack the knees on top of each other. Now again, experiment a little bit. Do you want to bring your ankles close, or can you keep them further away? Can you stack the knees completely? There's a lot of compression that happens here. So notice what feels good. See if you can find that edge between effort and ease that all poses need. Don't let the ankles sickle. Lift. It's either lifting the inner ankles up or it's lifting the outer ankles away from the floor, whichever makes more sense to you. Stay for a moment. We're going to add the arms. So whichever leg is on top, that arm is going to be up. Inhale, lift the arm. Move it back. Exhale, bring the hand to the head. Maybe walk it down, hold the back of the head. Inhale, out to the side, thumbs down, behind the back, and then straight up the spine. Maybe you can clasp, maybe you're holding some fabric. Top elbow up, shoulders wide. Don't lose the energy in the feet and the legs. Slow down your breath, breathe into that place where the hands are touching the back. And then slowly unwind the arms. We're going to unwind the legs. So gently bring the top leg straight, bring the bottom leg straight. And again, lean back into the hands, tap out the knees, windshield wiper the feet. We'll do one more forward fold. It's our favorite Paschimottanasana, straight legs forward fold. Press the hands down, lift the chest up,
Inhale, reach the arms, keep that length in the front. As you exhale, tip forward, try to bring the belly onto the thighs, the heart to the knees, the chin to the shins. Everything moving forwards, forwards, forwards. You can hold on wherever you can reach. This is another place where you can stack your blocks and bring your head, your forehead onto the blocks. Can be nice to bring a blanket onto the blocks too. Use the arms and legs. Relax the belly. Last breath here. Slowly inhale, lift yourself up. And then come onto your back. We've been doing a lot of folds, so we're going to close with a bridge pose. Setyabandha Sarvangasana. Bring the heels close to the hips. I'm going to offer some options. So the closer the heels are, the better for the options I'll offer. Tuck the shoulders, maybe hold the outer edges of the mat so you can really tuck them underneath you. And then keeping the knees in the center, don't let them splay out towards the sides. Slowly lift the hips, the low back, the mid back, and press the feet, almost like you're trying to split the mat between the feet and the shoulders. Move the feet without actually moving them. Push the feet forwards. Now you can stay here. Maybe you can reach the heels or the ankles and hold on. If you can hold the ankles, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. That bend in the hips, really try to straighten it out. Press the knees away. Lift the chin, lift the sternum towards the chin. Take a break when you need to. Bring the hips back down. We're going to try one more time. If your legs are feeling really tired, grab a block and bring the block under the hips this time so that you can still hold the pose without having to over effort. So when you're ready, tucking the shoulders, lift the hips up. If you're using a block, slide the block under the sacrum, under the low back. If it's too much sensation, some of us have like tender low backs or tender tailbones. You can always use 2 blocks on either side of the spine instead of keeping the block in the center. So if you've got 2 blocks, that might be good. We're going to stay for about a minute. If you're not using a block, you can come down whenever you need to. Tuck the shoulders underneath you. Maybe clasp hands. Maybe hold the outside edges of the mat. If you're using the block, you can slowly try to straighten one leg, keeping the heel on the floor, reaching the heel away from you. If that still feels okay, maybe both legs straighten. And we'll close here in this supported back bend, which again, you can do without the block if you don't have one. It'll just be a little bit more effort. If you don't have a block, sometimes if your arms and your hips are the right length, which is, variable, you can sometimes keep your elbows down on the floor and use your hands under the hips and use your sort of the forearms like a block, just like the block would be. So just in case that doesn't make any sense, if you don't have a block, sometimes if your arms are long enough or short enough, you can sort of prop your hips up onto your hands and keep your elbows down on the floor. And that way you can press the low back and support the hips without the block. Okay, last breath. If the legs are straight, one at a time, bend the knees, plant the feet. If you have a block, slowly remove the block. If your hips are lifted, slowly lower the hips to the floor. And then one at a time, straighten the legs along the floor. If that's too much gripping in the low back, you can rebend the knees. But here, tuck the shoulders underneath you. Either bring the hands to the belly or let the hands open, palms up towards the ceiling.
Take any adjustments that would help you feel more comfortable. When you're ready,
Sigh out your next breath, release the jaw completely. Relax, release, and let go for your final resting pose, Shavasana. Begin to deepen your breath. You can stay as long as you like. When you feel ready, invite some small movements into the fingers and toes. Bring the hands to the belly, one at a time, bend the knees. Eventually roll onto your right side using your arm as a pillow. And then press yourself up to a comfortable seat. We'll close here with just one breath together. Take a moment first to thank yourself for showing up. Thank your body for working for you. Gratitude for the practice, its lineage, and all the benefits it brings. When you're ready, let your exhale be deep and complete as you lengthen the spine and lift the chest. Then inhale through the nose. Exhale, open mouth, sigh, let it go. Thank you for coming. Let me know if you have any questions. No, see you soon.